Hey sleepyheads, welcome back to another special ASMR episode of Bed by 9. In this episode, Hev and I discuss episode 3 of Loki and High on the Hog. We also ramble a lot about our heritage and video games and things like that. But welcome back, and just know that we love you so much and would do anything for you except that. Just like Meatloaf said, we wouldn't do that. So just enjoy the episode and send us money. Okay, love you, bye. Hello, good day, buenos dias, konnichiwa.
What?
I'm just saying hi different ways.
Okay.
For all of our international listeners.
So, konnichiwa.
Bienvenidos.
Okay, so that's 3.
Yeah.
What languages were those?
Konnichiwa is Japanese. Bienvenidos is Spanish. I said hello. That's English. What up, Ebonics?
Welcome back to another episode of Bed by 9. I am one of your hosts who's contacting HR, Hev.
And I'm HR.
Because he's white. All right. Seems like you're in good spirits today, sir.
Better now.
Better now?
Yeah, now that you're here.
Don't believe that.
With your stained ass shirt.
It's not stained. It's wet. This is what you get. Nope, we're not starting there. That's what you get for eating on the car on the way over, man.
Yeah, with your Pornhub music.
That's literally not my car.
Oh, whose was that?
Someone on Instagram.
Oh, well, it was just a picture. I thought it was your car.
No. I don't look at porn on my phone like some peasant.
It's reserved for your laptop.
One of my
You won't even
3
screencast it?
Oh no.
That's boring.
No, I'm an adult. Look at porn in a library like a man.
With or without headphones?
Yep.
You know what'd be fun is just like walk around a neighborhood and see and like have porn on your phone and just screencast it to different things that pop up.
That would be wild. I don't want to do that.
That'd be kind of funny.
I don't want to do that. I am too nervous of a human being. I don't think nervous is the right word. Stuff like that gives me hella anxiety.
Why?
And it just makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if you know that about me, but if there's like some anxious scene in a movie, like I get very uncomfortable, and sometimes I kind of block my ears so I don't have to listen. To this day, because
like Uncut Gems, you hated that movie?
Never watched it, and I'm very scared
because of too much.
Yeah, no, and I can just feel like if something's about to happen and I know it's, or they're setting themselves up for failure, and you know it, it's just like. It makes me hella uncomfortable. And you talking about going to go like, let me screencast porn to random people's houses. What if you screencast it to the house and that family was going through some problems, and one of them was like, hey, you have a porn addiction, you need to stop one more time, and I'm killing everyone in here, and you send it to that house, and then
They shouldn't have had marital problems to begin with.
Who said they were married?
Okay, shouldn't have had domestic problems to begin with. That's not on me.
It's kind of on you.
If me screencasting porn to your TV is what ultimately ends whatever you have going on in your life.
Guys, welcome back.
Welcome.
Sorry for that little sidetrack, but it was great. But fun fact, I have looked at porn in a library when I was younger. I was a wild man.
A public library, huh?
No, I was a disgusting human being.
You're like, what? It's nonfiction.
I was next to someone, too, and I did it.
It was like a row of computers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they weren't, like, necessarily blocked off. I was just looking at it. And it was hentai. Because you're a disgusting kid.
Yeah.
So,
It's crowd favorite.
How was your week? How are you doing today? How are you going to do tomorrow?
Don't know about tomorrow. Today,
Okay.
I'm better.
Better.
Started off rough because A, I was hungover.
Mm-hmm.
B, I went and played tennis really early.
To
And
beat the heat.
And
AZ
yeah.
on your feet, not your meat.
Always the meat.
Can't keep up. That rhyme. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just I just wasn't in the mood for it, and I left early, and then I had to apologize to everyone afterward because I was just like, sorry for bailing. I wasn't in a good mood, and I'm old enough to know that if I'm in that position, I'm not gonna stay in that position. So
That's good.
I removed myself from a situation that I felt wasn't beneficial for me.
Okay.
Because growth and mental health.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought a Peloton this week,
Okay.
and it came yesterday, and I did a ride yesterday, and I did a ride today, and that is like the one type of cardio I really enjoy doing.
Biking.
Well, stationary biking, but yeah,
Okay.
I very much enjoy it.
Why do you enjoy stationary biking?
You can sit.
You can sit on bikes.
Well, yeah, but then you don't have to go anywhere. I can literally just do it in my underwear if I'd like to.
Fair.
No, I've always enjoyed spin class, so I just figured, well, let's get a Peloton and see how this goes, and I'm enjoying it so far. So
Rich.
I have the financial means to afford it. Yes,
Yes,
and
yes, you do.
I am very grateful for that.
Yeah, I bet you do.
So, yeah. Other than that, this week has been fine.
Good.
How was your week?
Good to hear. My week has been hectic, but the one good news, my ankle's healed.
Hallelujah.
Well, it's not fully healed, but I'm gonna have the ability to jog and jump without it swelling up in pain. So I'm coming back, you guys, and I got a raise.
Yay!
I got a raise.
Congratulations.
So I'm up.
Because Homeboy left, and you've been solo, right? Or has...
Not yet.
Oh, he put in his 2 weeks.
No.
He put in his 1 week.
No.
He is still... I shouldn't have mentioned anything.
No.
We'll cut that out.
It's fine. But yeah, got a raise, and I am now making like 1/5 of what you make weekly. So
Nice.
yearly, yeah. It's very, very, very nice. I'm actually like close to what you pay your servants here, so it's a good. It was a good bump for me.
At least you won't get beaten.
Yeah, this was right. That was a high note. Outside of that, it was just like kind of the same old thing. Today, I am very, very tired from the dog park and playing basketball, church ball for 2 hours, and yeah, and I wasn't on the bench, asshole. As your text message had.
Instead of hooping, you said hopping.
Did I?
Yeah, so I said up and down from the bench.
You're so mean.
Well, you set yourself up for it.
I do not take you down when we're talking about you playing badminton.
No, you do.
No. When?
Yeah.
What-
On the
what did I say?
podcast.
When?
Previous episode.
Nope.
You get tired of losing.
Don't remember that.
Yeah, I do. Well, we can go back a few episodes if
You
you'd
know,
like.
it was funny. As soon as you brought up the Peloton, I'd be like, "Hey, can we go back to like when are you gonna get better at tennis?" I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I've been asking myself every day.
But
So.
yeah, basketball's good. I'm good. I'm tired. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you later tonight, drinking some because I need a night
Ready
to
for it?
relax. Yeah, and kind of be numb.
How was dinner at your mom's? She listens.
So we got into a conversation, and it was one of those things where I get a lot of my personality from my mom, and she has this thing to where she wants to talk, and you will be like, okay, I get it, but she's like, no, I have a lot more to say, so
Right.
I'm gonna keep on doing it.
Yeah.
And then, but we were having more of a discussion, and she wanted to be like, no, it should be this, and I'm like, that's that it's not that, it's this. And she's like, we're saying the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, why are you doing this? And then I heard myself in my head because I'm like, I'm being her right now. And I've never felt more like I am my mother's child. Like you could, like, I try to listen to my friends and in every relationship to be like, hey, I'm going to take your opinion, and I understand that I do talk a lot, and I kind of take control, and I kind of do everything like that, but I'm going to take your opinion, and I try. With her, I'm like, nope, I need to talk. You are wrong, because I got raised by that. And it's with her, is like, I need to prove, Mom, I grew up. No, and I realized that, I guess I got to explain both. So I realized that I got that from her. And then earlier this week, took my dad to rehab. And throughout the whole time, he was talking about his relationship and how he views things. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm the exact same.
Relationship with his, like, current wife, girlfriend, whatever.
And how he viewed relationships and how he was just, he can turn it off like that and then also turn it back on. And I'm just like, numb. I'm like, God, I hate everything like that, because he was like, oh, she can leave. She can take the kids and she can leave. And I'm like, I may have said that on certain time. And and everything like that. But
so best of both worlds is what you got.
God, I made,
and yet people still like you. So way to beat the odds.
I made jokes about how my sister and my dad are like this. They're both hard-headed. They're both stubborn. Yeah. And they both like to do this. And they don't want to ask any. Yeah, definitely. And don't go back to the point conversation. And they don't want to, like, change. And
do any of us really?
Kinda, sometimes. Because
no.
Okay. But I realize it's like I'm the fucking same way. I just got different aspects from it, because I got something from my dad, and I spoke to Andrew about it, and I noticed this with other people. When people start telling their business immediately when they meet you, I learned from my dad, but you watch out for those type of people, because, like, those people are crazy. Yeah. Absolutely crazy. Just come up to be like, hey, at the dog park, hey, how you guys doing? Well,
my wife just left me, and
I'm off from work. I was homeless last time, and I'm glad I'm here today. Whoa, excuse me. Why are you telling all of this? And it's like, and I got that from him because he's very closed off. So I'm very closed off. And my mom's kind of the opposite. She'll come up and tell you everything about her day, Jesus' day, her neighbor's day, and just keep on going. And I am the opposite. But yeah, dinner was great. I left frustrated.
I don't know why you say you talk a lot.
Dinner was great.
Sarcasm.
Yep.
But I was testing you, and you passed.
Why?
I was the whole saying people don't really change, and because you're argumentative, and then you didn't argue, so way to go.
Yeah, bitch.
You're learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People change. You're kind of vegan now. People change.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
I think people want to change. I think we most likely end up in our old habits.
I think if you're willing to meet in the middle about some stuff,
Great song by Brandy and Timbaland, Shock Value 2.
No one listens to them.
It's a good album.
Are you?
It's playing in my head.
Were you shocked that no one listened to it?
No.
All right.
He makes music for me and only me.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
Like your dad and sister, me and Timbaland. Like this.
So you guys are also fingers?
Mm-hmm. Licking good.
Okay. All right. So
I'm looking forward to tonight. I think it's much needed.
Yeah.
But huzzah.
All right. Let's jump into our topic of the day.
Topic.
I mean,
I mean, you told me to watch something, and I watched the first episode. I just haven't finished it.
Okay, so let's briefly talk about it because I want to. It gets more annoying as it goes along.
Okay.
High on the Hog on Netflix. It's been out for a few weeks now, and it basically goes in depth on Black culture, Black cuisine, and just the history of it.
Yeah.
It comes across as a documentary, but it's very much a story.
Like his journey with food, sort of.
Yeah,
thing.
it's more based around him than I would like, but that's basically the history. It goes through everything, and it touched me because I know with my family growing up, my mom has been very. She's explained a lot of things from her side of the family about how they didn't have a lot of food growing up, and she went over some of the recipes that they had, and I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like there was vinegar pie and tomato cobbler, and she's made that again, like probably in the last 5 years or so, and I'm like, there's no way in hell that there's any way that this would, because they didn't have fruit, and they didn't have this, that, and the other. So I started the show. I also have not finished it, but it's definitely interesting just to see how everything has come from, and like they go in depth of the difference between a sweet potato and a yam.
Yams are huge.
Yeah,
I was like, yams are huge.
Yeah, so I did not know about that until I knew about it before the show, but it's probably like in the last year or so.
I think I remember growing up because my grandma's from the South, and I remember her always saying candied yams when I'm pretty sure they're always just sweet potatoes. But yeah, yams are huge. Found that out, and then they had just so many. There was like rows and rows of yams stacked like up to my ceiling. I was like, "What the hell? That is crazy."
So, but if they get it in the can, there's a good chance that it is actual yams. But if they do it fresh from there, yeah, it's sweet potato. And I remember a line in there. They're like, if anything, Black people are going to be resourceful. Yeah. And that's exactly what it ended up being.
In your history, yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed him going to like the different people. Do you remember that scene where he was on the boat and that guy gave him like a sweet peanut type?
Was that in the first episode?
Yeah. All right. So he was talking to this gentleman on a boat, and they were going downstream, and he gave him like a peanut sugar, just a dessert type thing, right? He ate it. He was like, "This tastes exactly like a payday, but it didn't have like the chocolate on it." And the guy, obviously not knowing what it is, was just like, "Huh." And just kept on eating.
Okay.
So I'm like, God, like we have been so to try to explain that to folks back in Africa. I guess we didn't explain that. Like he went back to Africa and like small. Not cities, villages, and he was learning about their food and the culture and everything like that. But try to explain that to people is like, no, we got candy bars back there, and then they're like, what's a candy bar? So that was very interesting.
The food that they made looked also good.
So good.
Like
it looked
that first restaurant that they went to
with the black lady who was speaking French.
Yeah. All her food looked so good.
And they were talking about, I was like, hey, if your hot sauce, hey, you know black people and they hot sauce, and we want that on everything.
I was like, except one.
Every now and again, hot sauce is okay, but for the most part,
Stottle's not a huge heat person either.
No, it's just a lot for me. It's just a lot. I got to deal with it outside. I'm okay with the outside heat. I don't want the heat inside.
But I think like Louisiana heat, like what you get in like a hot sauce is completely different than like what you get like here, like with Mexican food. Like the heat is just different. Like I can handle both, but it hits on your tongue and it sits differently, like in your mouth than.
You know what we haven't? No, that's gross. What we haven't done in a while is And you may
The
not
chip
have been
challenge.
there. Well, one, we got to do that.
Yeah.
But also
We'll do
where
that
we
here.
had like the different hot sauces and we get plain wings and then we try
Oh, okay.
them because they did it's Hot Ones, right? It's basically that TV show, and I haven't watched it so long, but
The YouTube one.
yeah.
That like Idris like, what the fuck? Goes around viral.
Yeah, that and there's a few. Shaq had one too where he was eating, he would go. it was great. But yeah, we got to do that again and just have a few. But I'm able to handle that kind of hot in like small doses because I know
But like 12 wings of that you would not be able to tackle.
12 tossed wings and sauce. No, but if we like dab and
it.
dip, and yeah, and just that part is on fire, yeah, I can do that. But I can respect that. But if I ever get the ability to go back to Africa, which I still want to do, is I want to go and try the cuisine through and through. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna be like, hey, no hot sauce, or anything like that. I'm gonna try it how it's supposed to, and I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy it. What I would also say is in the upcoming episodes, they start talking about pork and the impact of pork on Black people, and they talk about like.
Because they always got like the real shitty end of
So
the pig, right?
If
like
anything,
the feet and all that sort of stuff.
If anything, we're gonna be resourceful. And they also said like they wouldn't eat pork every day, but it became a stereotype of us to eat pork based on us getting the scraps because it was swine, the lowest of the low, so it was always associated with Black folk. And in the upcoming episodes, they show you how mac and cheese is supposed to be made and how there were Black chefs for like I was about to say Richard Jefferson, a basketball player, George Jefferson for the president. Wait, is that the president, George Jefferson? No.
Thomas Jefferson.
Jesus, George Jefferson's the black guy from the TV show. Jefferson.
And like you got George Washington, you got Thomas.
George Washington. Yes. Okay. It's for one of those, right? I need to finish it.
American history.
Yeah, but it just keeps going into the history, and I'm like, I love all of this, and because they didn't have like ovens back then, you get to kind of see how they made their mac. I just fucking loved it.
So, but you had mentioned that it's annoying. Like it gets annoying. Like
He
what?
is annoying. He is.
The only thing that bothers me is after he asks a question, his mouth just stays open. And that I've noticed that within like the first 10 minutes, and now I like can't. Like I'm like, okay, he's gonna stop talking, and then he's gonna go.
So
mouth breathing like gets to me.
He's annoying, but also his nonchalant personality. I feel like someone in that situation could potentially have more emotion. And then, so it's a documentary, and then he goes to the thing where also, this may not have been the first episode, but he goes down the slave path.
Yes, that is first episode.
Okay. You didn't have to walk down the path, and the camera didn't have to be on you. You could have just did a segment with the camera. But I get it that it's his documentary and it has to be all on him, but we just watched him walk down the path. And I'm like, I could just picture the camera crew in front of him being like this, going back, and he's just walking in front. I'm like, this is not like...
Felt inauthentic sort of thing.
You don't need to do that. I was like, I can feel my ancestors under my feet. No. I hate that. I truly, truly hate that. But... I'm not gonna say
that was
that
the ancestor.
I'm not gonna say anything completely bad because I'm not through with it, but I'm intrigued because I like to learn about like my history, Black people's history, and then also food. So I'm I got to finish it.
Have you ever done like 23andMe or anything like that to find out like
because if it's less black than I want it to be, I'm not going to tell anyone.
Do your mom and dad kind of like know much of their history at all?
So my dad, probably not. I could ask him. He would ask his grandma or maybe potentially brothers about it. But my now past grandma on my mother's side, she did the genealogy from the 90s to the 2000s herself, where she traced back our lineage to Africa, and we know where we branch off and stuff. So, and this is true, according to my grandma and all her research. I'm related to Jodie Foster.
I see it.
My great or something like that. They
dipped his thing in something.
It's more like the Fosters dipped it in the yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm related to her, but I had to do a report growing up where it was I had to break down my lineage as far back as I could go. I had the longest report of anyone in the class because of my grandma. Mm-hmm. And back then, where like she had news clippings, and do you remember at the library before like Google existed, you could pull up old newspapers with like the thing. Mm-hmm. I had that. Okay. And I had printouts of that, and I brought it in, and my teacher was like, "This is too much." Like
in between you watching hentai.
This was before I was corrupted.
Yeah.
But
after that, they wouldn't let you back in the library.
Yeah. But so I still have it somewhere, and I just recently found it in my mom's documents, like the report I did and the drawing of it. So we traced it all the way back to Africa, so we know where we are from Africa. But I haven't did the 23andMe because I'm not trying to give the government my DNA.
Cool.
How about you?
I know shit. I'm sure someone in my family knows. They all like that stuff, but I would like to give the government my DNA. It seems easier. I'm sure they have it already.
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair.
I've had to go to the health clinic
every time
one too many times, so I'm sure they have it.
Yeah. I probably should break down and do it as well. But do you have any idea where your two sides of your family are from?
Yeah, my French, German, Dutch, I know for like certain. Mm-hmm. But what concoction of all that and what else is in there?
Your eyebrows are definitely French.
I'm hairy, so I know French and German are like for sure in there. I am. Hairy everywhere.
For those who just were listening on sound, I just picked up his bear arm and showed it off for the camera.
Oh, you think I'm a bear? I thought I was always more like a otter. They're cute. They lay on their backs.
But yeah, so one of these episodes we're going to do a 23andMe live.
We should.
And then be like, oh my God, I am Russian.
Well, yes, we'll do that, and we'll have alcohol from all the different countries, and whatever we are, we take a shot of it.
That would be fun. To be like, oh, you're actually part Moroccan. What do they have in Morocco?
What are they? Rice.
Right. Yeah. No, I
rice probably. Maybe.
Yeah. I could probably. Yeah. I hope it's tequila.
Morocco, because that's what over by like Spain and all that. I don't know.
It's in Africa.
Morocco?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Africa is huge.
It is.
I remember like watching. Her name's not Dr. Ruth. That's the sex doctor.
Isn't it? No.
Maybe it's Dr. It's like that older white lady, and
Betty White.
Yep. And yeah, so her and B. Arthur.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But she's always she did this thing about kind of like history of race and all of that, and she was like showing kind of like, you know, how they show a map and they have kind of all the continents that are like similar in size and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And it's because the white man just wants it to seem that everything's great. But like if you literally put Africa, it like covers like Canada, America, Mexico, and like a lot of South America too. Like it's huge.
That's why a lot of Africa is still, I don't think indigenous is the right word, but like there's still tribes out there. I know some of that still in South America as well, but like it's gigantic. Huge. It's uninhabited. No, that's not also the word. Undiscovered, maybe. I'll come back to it. I don't. I'm on something. I just can't put the right word on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't know Egypt was in Africa for a good portion of my life. And then I was just like, no, Egypt is Russia? Like, is it up here? Like,
Hella north.
yeah, like I did not know that, but Africa is the
You were in
motherland.
Denial.
Yeah. Denial.
Denial.
Egypt joke. I got it immediately, and I'm not happy about that.
Okay.
You're blocked. Okay. All right. Well, let's try and finish High on the Hog this week.
Yeah. No, I've enjoyed it so far. I'll just, it was hard because I was trying to like play it as I was just working for like some background noise, and then it's like
you have to pay
there's so
attention.
much.
Yeah, it's
they're
stupid.
speaking in indigenous language, so it's like I can't understand what's going. I need the subtitles to see what they're trying to say.
Some African. Yeah.
Yeah. Or French. I don't know French either. So.
Wait. But yeah, all right.
But the show that we actually watched and are prepared to talk about a little bit more. Well, it's not that we were unprepared, but
you were unprepared.
No, I just watched it. Episode 3 of Loki.
Loki, high key. It was an okay episode.
I was upset because Owen wasn't in it.
Yeah, he wasn't in it. I think Owen's the best part of the show so far.
Him and Hiddleston have a great relationship. I think Hiddleston and
Wilson and Hiddleston
and Homegirl from, I forget what her. It's not Loki. She changed her name to Villy, something like that. You know how
evil Loki?
Yeah, but she changed her name.
I don't know what she changed it to.
Oh, well, I will find out. But anyways, I thought that they had a good dynamic.
Yeah.
In this episode as well.
Well, they're doing here's what I hate. And so immediately, the first episode, you understand he get caught. Then
Sylvie.
And then Wilson tries to recruit him. And I'm like, this better not turn into a buddy cop thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then he escapes. Now he's escaping with her, and now they got to work together. So I'm like, okay, so this is going to be the buddy cop thing. And they're doing a thing where like, oh, we're both evil. We're both, who knows who's going to do stuff to each other.
A little bit of sexual tension.
Oh, God, I hope they don't.
Loki's bisexual.
Yeah, you found that out
when
he said the...
And that is as far as Disney will let it go. You can say it, but we're not going to let you say it.
Yeah.
But if you get context clues, then he's bi.
No, he was like this. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like that buddy cop thing where they're gonna go back and forth. They trust each other. They don't trust each other. Give me the chip. I forgot what it's called. And I just heard you watch it.
Yeah.
Give it to me. No, I'm not gonna give it to you.
Bro?
Okay, I trust you now. Give it to me. I'm not giving it to you. Okay, no, you give it to me now. Okay, I give it. Oh, it's broken. Okay, we get it. We get the loop you're trying to do and everything like that. I feel like this was a filler episode per se, because they're just trying to... They escaped, right? And then now they're just trying to get back to the main plot. There was one piece in this episode where they kind of... pointed back to, or maybe it will come back in the future, where they went over how she enchants people, which may come back to be like, so I do this, and this. Mm-hmm. I'm there. Sometimes strong-willed minded people are also there with me, and I have to kind of trick them. Or she's just
like what she did at the beginning of the episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other part where you find out that everyone in the TVA are variants, and then the timekeepers are up to something.
Yeah.
So I think those were the only two actual plot lines.
Right, because no one that works for the TVA actually knows. They think that they were created in the TVA.
Mm-hmm. What's a fish? It's not supposed to be a funny line. I mean, that's still one of my favorites so far.
So yeah, I think obviously where that episode ended, I'm assuming the TVA will find them and save them. It doesn't seem like there's probably another way off the planet at this point.
But they did say that arc does not leave the planet, but the arc left the planet without them.
No, it got destroyed.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It blew up, and then they like started walking away. And
You're
then
right.
That's
I
where the episode
apologize.
ended.
I was thinking about something else. But yeah, so I don't think they're going to... They'll find a way. I bet Doctor Strange comes in and saves them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Episode 4.
I'm sure that's what Benedict Cumberbatch just comes in and saves the day.
Cumber has your back. Loki.
I'll edit it out. We'll try.
But
I'm sticking with, I think the TVA is going to find them and save them.
I don't think so. Because if they save them...
Because they have to be reintroduced, and then they're going to be like, oh, yeah, but you're not an actual, like, you weren't born in the TVA. You're a variant themselves. And then they're going to draw discourse between the TVA
They're not
and the
going to
rest of
believe
the
them
TVA
at
people.
first once they find
Someone's going to, and then they're going to do a little bit of investigation work, and then they're going to rise against.
out. So it's going to be Owen who's going to rise against,
probably.
obviously. And the black lady who's
I think
his boss.
she'll probably, like, fight against it.
Yeah.
She seems too stern.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to get off. I don't think it's going to be the TVA. Inappropriate.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to that it's coming out on Wednesday instead of a Thursday.
I always have to wait to watch it, so
Sucks to be you.
it does. Well, I don't have to. I choose to. I could watch it without him.
I don't believe that.
I'd rather watch it with him
Gross.
and experience it together.
Gross. Okay. All right. Fair. Zach had a recommendation, and I can't remember what
Hi,
it was.
Zach.
Hello. I'm gotta hit him up and figure out what it was.
Hit him up style.
Yeah. Hit him up.
Ladies.
But yeah, that's gonna be the end of Loki.
What he said.
Before we wrap up, you want to talk about video games really quick?
Sure.
So we touched base on Ratchet and Clank
Yeah.
last week. I have not played since then because I know I'm close to the end and I don't want to finish it because I want it to last forever. And I know you've played and you finished it.
Yep.
Give us how you feel.
I enjoyed it. It's great. Like, it's a fun game. It was just like the first game. Easier than the first game.
Probably, yeah.
I remember, well, I mean, the first game wasn't hard, but I remember the boss battle in that one, the final one, was a lot harder than this one. But I enjoyed it. But when you beat it, then it lets you, play again with all of your current
Yeah.
weapons. And then it lets you, like, there's a whole nother tier of upgrading them, where it's like to upgrade you have to have like 1 million fucking coins just to do it or whatever. Have you gotten the I forget what the final weapon, once you collect all 13 robots?
No, I have
that
not.
weapon is so sick.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you shoot, and then it basically, it's part of the time warp thing, but just it'll like randomly pick a random object and just slam it down onto the person. So like one of them is like the dinosaur that you're always fighting.
Yes.
It'll like just warp that out, and it just like crashes into the person. And it's just fun.
Yeah. God, they did so well for that game.
Yeah,
I think it was a
fun.
good PS5 exclusive. Have you played any other PS5 exclusives?
No. I just started playing Biomutant, but that was a PS4 game.
No.
And
I think this was like the first game that we both have that was a PS5 exclusive, and I think it's great.
yeah.
I think if they continue down this path, they're going to do pretty well for themselves.
Yeah. No, the Ratchet and Clank, I think, has always been a fan favorite. But the
Do you
second
think they're going to come out with the DLC? Because it was like a shorter game.
yeah, the first one was short too. I could see them do it. I would also love if they found a way to do like an online brawl sort of thing. Where
Yeah.
you could, like that's just like a fun game to do it with, and you have crazy ass weapons. Like
Yeah, you can team up against all. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be dope.
like a brawl. That would be a cool DLC if they were able to expand that. They could. I mean, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why? But yeah, all right.
So I finished that, and I started Biomutant. I haven't played all that much. First impressions, I'm not crazy about it. The gameplay itself seems standard and fun, but the storyline took forever to kind of like get off, like to get you into the actual game.
Get off.
Yeah. And I don't like every character interaction. Like they talk kind of like as Sims sort of thing. It's like, and then you have a narrator basically like explaining how, like what they're saying. And that annoyed me. So I'll have to report back maybe next week or the week after that, after I've played it a little bit more, but I wasn't like too crazy.
When you say that it's standard gameplay, what do you mean? Like X's jump?
Yeah. And then like, so like you have magic ability, you have your range weapons, and then you have short like weapons. And it's like, it's not necessarily a free world, but like, you're basic, like you can either customize your character to be like magic heavy or, you know, range weapon heavy, or be better at close up battles.
Melee.
And then like, you know, your magic, it's like hazard, which is like poison or whatever, and then you have ice and fire and lightning, and then like your range weapons, you just like find those and then you can upgrade them and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
I really haven't gotten, like, I finally got through all the bullshit, I think, and now I'll be able to start, like, exploring and all of that sort of stuff, and figure it, you know, and actually get into the actual meat of it. So I'll let you know in a week or so. But
into the thick of it.
So yeah, we'll see. And then I downloaded FIFA. I just haven't gotten around to playing that.
It's so hard.
I love it.
No, it's a great group game to play.
Yeah. With people of your skill level. Yeah. It's just like Madden or anything like that, where it's like if you play with someone that like knows even minor, like more than you do, like you can get your ass whooped.
That's going to be a fun drunk game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait.
Oh no, it's a digital download. I was like, I could bring it, but
bring the PS5. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm definitely kidding. Yeah, it's gigantic.
It's like,
well, bring one of your PS5s.
I have to hook the trailer up to my Tesla truck, and then haul it, because that PS5 is heavy.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Just because it's your house doesn't mean you can destroy my
They
shit.
blend in because they're clear.
Shut up.
I honestly didn't realize that they were there. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. Well, on the game front for me, I gotta finish. I haven't finished Assassin's Creed. I haven't finished.
You didn't play much this week.
No.
Yeah.
When I did play, I played WoW because now I'm addicted again. So that's my life, and it's going downhill very quickly. But what's coming uphill is my level 30 paladin.
Wow.
I
know what you're
control
about.
the light. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When
Just
you're
give me the light and pass the draw.
I should have called him.
But I got a bucket of draw.
Yeah, definitely. But no, yeah, that's been my life. I'm still waiting for Horizon Forbidden West to come out.
They delayed that, right?
They haven't stated it yet, but as it's going, they're like, yeah, we're just gonna keep it. Like,
it's coming out when it's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out when it's coming out.
And you're gonna enjoy it. So
yeah.
Figure it out.
I don't know what else is coming out on the game radar, but
I think the only one that I have my eyes on would be in October is the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right. I really
which I
hope
pre-ordered. I hope it's good.
If they need to fix the graphics before I buy.
I like the gameplay.
It looked
what
like
I've looked at.
it looked like Lara Croft on PlayStation 1 jumping with just blocks. That's how she was jumping. That's how the characters looked in that game. It looks fun.
Yeah.
I like the aspect of where what you interact with matters.
It looks like a little comic booky.
Yeah, it does.
As far as the graphics,
But,
which I don't necessarily hate.
But it's not.
You're just saying if I paid money for this PS5, I need PS5 graphics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, so you know how comic booky is good. In Demon Slayer when they would go over their water moves and it came through with very Japanese comic book graphics.
Or like My Hero Academia.
Yeah. I was like, that's good. That game didn't I keep going over that gameplay in my head when he was just jumping up, shooting the worm. It felt like square bullets going. Well,
it also doesn't reflect the final product, so maybe
true.
Maybe there.
So I'm gonna hold my judgment.
I'll let you know.
I have reservations. But yeah.
Cool.
Well, I think that's it for us.
It is.
All right.
Time for a nap.
Probably. All right. Cheers.
Clink.
Clink. Y'all have a good week.
Adios.
We will bother you next week. Take care. Bye.
Sayonara.
No more?
Bye.